Breaking news out of Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers just worked out two players that could shake up their depth chart. One is a massive 6 feet 6 inches, 330-pound offensive tackle who has battled in the trenches of Oklahoma and Michigan State. The other is a hungry safety looking to fight his way into the NFL spotlight. Could one of these underdogs become the Bucs' next hidden weapon? Let's break it all down. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers wasted no time this week. On September 9th, 2025, they brought in two new faces for workouts: offensive tackle Spencer Brown and safety Hudson Clark. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Let's start with Spencer Brown. This man is a giant, standing at 6 feet 6 inches and weighing 330 pounds. He's not just big, he's experienced. Brown spent time at Michigan State, where he locked down both right and left tackle, showing he's got true versatility. In 2023, he started 11 games for the Spartans, shifting between both sides of the line. Then, in 2024, he took his game to Oklahoma, playing in 13 games and starting 5 at right tackle. This guy has been tested against some of the best defenses in college football, and he's proven he can hold his ground. Here's the thing. Tampa already has a crowded offensive line room, especially on the practice squad. But the Bucs know how brutal the trenches can get over a long season. One injury, one bad break, and suddenly depth becomes the most valuable thing you can have. Brown might not be a starter today, but he's exactly the kind of developmental lineman a smart team keeps close. The Buccaneers didn't sign him after the workout, not yet. But make no mistake, workouts like this are about preparation. It's about having the phone number ready for the next man up when things get tough. And Brown's size, versatility, and experience make him a very real option if Tampa needs help up front. Bucs fans, I want to hear from you. Do you think Tampa should add Spencer Brown to the roster as a developmental lineman, or is the offensive line room already too crowded? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about it. The Buccaneers might be hiding their next big roster move in plain sight, and it could involve a surprising name on the practice squad. Could a quiet Week 1 starter force Tampa Bay to shake up their 53-man roster? Let's dig in. Here's where things get really interesting for Tampa Bay. Everyone's talking about the new workouts, but the real story might already be sitting on the Buccaneers practice squad. Let's talk about Mike Jordan. In Week 1, Jordan was thrown into the fire, starting at left guard. And honestly, he held his own. No, it wasn't perfect, but considering the pressure of that moment, he delivered a performance that was more than serviceable. That's huge, because it shows he can handle live action against real NFL competition. Now here's the catch. Jordan only has one elevation left from the practice squad. After that, Tampa has to make a decision. Either promote him to the active roster or risk losing him altogether. And if you're the Buccaneers, do you really want to gamble with a guard who has already proven he can step in and hold the line when needed? That's where a move like signing Spencer Brown to the practice squad starts to make sense. Jordan could be promoted to the 53-man roster to solidify depth at guard, while a developmental piece like Brown slides into the practice squad role. But here's the tricky part. If Jordan gets promoted, someone else on the roster has to go. That's never an easy choice, and it could lead to some tough cuts. So the big question is this: do the Bucs trust Jordan enough to lock him into the roster, or do they wait and see if someone else emerges? Either way, the front office is clearly planning ahead, and the O-line shuffle might just be the next big storyline out of Tampa. Bucs fans, if you were the GM, would you promote Mike Jordan right now and protect him on the 53-man roster, or would you wait and risk losing him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you'd do. Stop what you're doing, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just made a move that could completely change their secondary. A surprise name has stepped into the spotlight, and fans are already asking, is this the piece that saves the Bucs defense, or just another gamble that goes nowhere? Buckle up, because this story has drama written all over it. The Buccaneers are in a tough spot right now, especially when it comes to their safety depth. Injuries have piled up, the depth chart looks shaky, and the front office knows they need help. And that's where a new name enters the conversation: Hudson Clark. At 6 feet 2 inches and 180 pounds, Clark brings real size to the defensive backfield. He isn't just a body. This guy spent 5 full years at Arkansas, suiting up for 55 games. That's experience you can't ignore. Over his college career, he stacked up 122 solo tackles, 224 combined tackles, 13 tackles for loss, and 6 interceptions. He wasn't a sack machine. Only half a sack in 5 years. But that tells you something important. This is a pure coverage safety. He's the kind of guy you trust to stay with a receiver, not blitz the quarterback. And the Bucs, they need exactly that. With Christian Izzy battling an oblique injury, the safety room is thin. You've got Kayvon Merriweather, Ty Smith, Antoine Winfield Jr., and Rashad Wisdom still standing. Plus Jack Henderson tucked away on the practice squad. But beyond that, it feels like the walls are closing in. That's why Clark matters. He may not walk in as a superstar, but in a defense where options are running out, a developmental piece like him could be the difference between survival and collapse. Sometimes it's not about signing a big name. It's about finding the right fit at the right time. Bucs fans, I want to hear from you. Do you think Hudson Clark can fight his way into a real role on this roster? Or is this just a temporary bandage on a bigger problem? Drop your thoughts below. Rate your confidence in this move from 1 to